maybe of this year's expo, online expo, whatever, virtual expo. How was this year's event, and what were some of your favorite moments?
Yeah, I think, for me, most of it was pivoting to just the TV platform. So I probably would say it was the programming that we had. And we've had some very interesting talks. We've had a show called Kids in Conservation, where we've got young kids that are, with the dolphins and taking the plastic off their necks and really trying to teach people about not putting plastics in the ocean. So for me, it was about just that really high value content that people can relate to and that they can learn something from. And so, but in terms of like the exposition, which will be a physical event, that is the thing that we'll start planning again. So we're not going to abandon EarthX TV. It will be the platform in which we're able to talk about the different things that affect us all.
We are with our good friend, Lynn McBee, here on Deconstructing Dallas. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of her other service here in the city of Dallas. So stay tuned with us, Deconstructing Dallas. Shawn Williams, Ryan Trimble. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back, Deconstructing Dallas. Shawn Williams, Ryan Trimble. We are with our good friend Lynn McBee, CEO of Young Women's Preparatory Network, as well as board chair of EarthX. Lynn, I wanted to talk about one of our former clients, for Oak Cliff, who is obviously doing amazing work in Oak Cliff and the 75216 zip code. You are the president of the board there, along with Francois Booker-Drew. And you all just moved from Glendale Shopping Center to the former YMCA on Ledbetter. And I just wanted to see if you could talk about how all that came together. It's really exciting.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. And I think, because y'all were instrumental in some of the foundational work for the organization, but coming out of Glendale Shopping Center, there being just an overwhelming need for the kind of services that for Oak Cliff, the dual gen, make the child strong, make the family strong, really kind of all of those different services outgrew, because 75216 has got, unfortunately, in our city, really some very numbers that we should not be proud of. And we need to all work to turn those around. So, kind of the need to look at bigger space. And then, the Y decided that they were going to do some paring down of some of their facilities and focus on others. And so when the Moreland Y came up for sale, it was really kind of serendipity. I mean, it's right across the creek. It's not very far. And we, put our money together, put our plan together and, put a down payment down. And we are working on the rest of the campaign to buy the Moreland Y, but we are in and we'll be providing services this summer. So we're really excited about it, but it all fell together quite well. And I think the Y was very, happy about selling it to For Oak Cliff, because they know that we're going to continue to provide that level of care and support that the 75216 zip code and the citizens that live there need. So.
Yeah, it's very cool. I saw that my beloved SMU Mustangs were out doing a food delivery or grocery pickup, I guess it is, at For Oak Cliff the other day. And Shawn and I, of course, have a good relationship with Taylor Toynes and Xavier Henderson. Had Taylor on an episode. Those guys are two great young leaders. What do you see? What type of programming will this move allow you all to do for For Oak Cliff, and what are you hoping to see as a result in the new space?
Yeah, sure. So the facility has 10 acres and it's got about 20,000 square feet. So it's got a lot more space. So we'll be able to provide more GED classes, which we're seeing those numbers go up, which is great. That out of the pandemic, people are looking for that educational component. And then we're going to activate the pool this summer and teach swim lessons, because typically folks in 75216 have not had that ability to have the swim lessons or to learn how to swim. So we're going to activate the pool. So that is money that we've already gotten, and they're actually working on the pool right now. We'll continue to do food delivery. We're going to work on a kitchen and hopefully do some culinary arts. And then there will be a lot of children's programming. We've got the Lima program that we do, the learning modules there, so that, moms are talking to their babies and they start to learn about the different words, et cetera. So I think, the space, more people. But I think one of the things is to just be a convening community spot that people can come. And, we're not going to charge membership fees. So I think it'll be well programmed and open to, members of the community.
Lynn, our firm worked with you on the mayor's race back in 2019. And obviously you've been a tireless advocate for our city since then. Obviously, by what we've just been talking about today, I'm scratching the surface with a lot of things that you do. But I wanted to, get your thoughts about the city. We're all still living through a global pandemic. Our city continues to try to work to come together and bring opportunities to people. So what do you see as far as where we are in Dallas currently and opportunities, looking forward?
Yeah. Well, I think, coming out of the pandemic, one of the things I'm really proud of during the pandemic is, again, the philanthropic community really did rally together and set up many, many funds for, pandemic relief. And then also, it hadn't just been the pandemic. We've had, the Snowmageddon that we had, then we've had all the civil unrest. And every time that there was an issue, I really did, kind of being on the private sector philanthropic side, see people come together and really band their resources together and try to, put them out into the community where they're most needed. And so, it's for me, it's as we come out of this blue skies and, we need strong leadership. And so, having strong leaders down at City Hall and strong leaders in the community, strong leaders in everything. That's just what it's going to take in business in the private setting and then with our politicians to, continue to move the city forward.
Very cool, Lynn. Always fun to catch up with you. If our listeners wanted to follow you, where's the best place to find you on social media?
Sure. So Twitter, it's at L McBee 4 Dallas. And then you can get me at Lynn at lynnmcbee.com.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well, thank you again for coming on. Keep doing all the good work you're doing across all the different spectrums. And we will look forward to catching up with you. You may be our third repeat customer. We'll go for a three-peat next time, Lynn.
That'd be great. And I love being on. And I will tell you, all of these issues are all tied together. And so, whatever issue people are working on, know that it helps with something else that's a problem. So.
All right.
Yep.
This is Deconstructing Dallas. Ryan Trimble, Shawn Williams. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Deconstructing Dallas. Ryan Trimble, Shawn Williams. Shawn, always fun to visit with our friend Lynn McBee.
Yeah, these are the times when it just seems like we don't have enough time because we kind of set these parameters for ourselves. But I could definitely see having her back a third time to get into even more of the great work that she's doing. So thanks to Lynn McBee for joining us today.
That's right. And I know we've teased everybody and then teased our colleague, Samantha Matthews. But we thought that this would be the perfect episode to introduce you officially to the listening audience, Samantha. Samantha, of course, we got to know Samantha during Lynn's 2019 campaign, and she had stick-to-itiveness, perhaps that's the word for it. You stuck around, Samantha, and we are so glad. It's such a pleasure to work with Sam. She's a good friend and a hard worker. and really has a passion. So we wanted to bring her on, Shawn.
Yeah. So Samantha, we would like just to give you the floor, give you an opportunity to tell our listeners about yourself and a little bit about your background.
All right. Well, good to be here, guys, off of mute today. No, it's, against my will. I'm happy to be here on the show. An appropriate episode to come on with Lynn, who, as you said, Ryan, brought me to Allen Media a couple years ago working on her campaign.
Yeah. Now, we're so glad that in our, when we were patting ourselves on the back, we are glad that you were also listed on the Communicator Award list as a member of the team here, of course, with Michael Zavala, our sound engineer at MZ Studios. But it says Associate Samantha Matthews. I think you're a lot more than that, Samantha. I don't know. What title would you like to have on this podcast?
A friend of Deconstructing Dallas, behind the scenes, perhaps, muted.
Chief friend. Yeah, well, we're so grateful. You keep us online. There's always constantly, getting pinged by Samantha to, hey, are the questions done yet? Do we have this interview scheduled? So as somebody who really needs that in his life, I'm grateful.
It's been a much smoother process having you involved, especially between the two of us, dropping and fumbling balls all over the place as we try to get from one episode to the next. It's been great. And so, I do want to pull the curtain back and give you an opportunity to say what it's been like working here on Deconstructing Dallas. And, if you need to give us any public reprimand, here's the floor.
Great. No, it's been a fun adventure working behind the scenes on a podcast. Hearing from people across the city and the small talk that goes on in between and before the episodes, after the episode. It's been fun. Never a dull moment with Deconstructing Dallas.
Well, thank you for putting up with us and the light teasing that we do. It's really fun. We're really grateful to have you, Sam. And for those of you who don't know Sam, she's, like I said, one of the hardest workers, a really compassionate person, doing some big things here in Dallas herself. So,
and another SMU people here on this show.
That's right.
All right, pony up.
Well, Sam, thank you for the work on this show. Thank you for everything you do. Here at Allen Media, we look forward to continuing to work with you. And we might have to do the same thing with Michael Zavala at some point. So, Michael, I know you're probably listening in the background, so you are on deck.
Get ready, Michael.
You're on alert, Michael.
We want to thank Lynn McBee for coming on to Deconstructing Dallas with us. What a great time and what a great friend of ours. So thanks so much. We want to thank our owners, Mary Woodleaf and Jennifer Pascal here at Allen Media. We want to thank the entire Allen Media team. Thanks again to Samantha Matthews for helping with our show notes and helping us pull everything together. Thanks to Michael Zavala and MZ Studios. Thanks to you, the listener, here at Deconstructing Dallas. We want to continue to encourage you to go to Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars, leave a review. Tell your friends. Shout this out to your peeps. Interact with us on social media. You can find Ryan at rtrimble15 on Twitter, rtrimble15. You can find me at Shawn P. Williams, SHAWN, Patrick Williams, on Twitter, on Instagram. We are looking forward to bringing you a couple of episodes. We just posted the Ryan Sanders episode. We'll be bringing you this one, and then we've got a couple of great ideas coming. Don't want to spoil those, but just stay tuned. Share this podcast. Keep listening. For Ryan Trimble, I'm Shawn Williams, Deconstructing Dallas. Adios.